What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. This is S.O.G. I know I'm late to the party, but I picked up my very first CZ. Better late than never, right? Let's take a look and see what we got in the box. Now, if you guys have been following my channel, you know that I just picked up this CZP10C. And let's take a look at what comes in the box. Now, you do get a locking cable. You get a couple additional back straps here. So you have small, medium, large. You also get a snap cap and some tools. I really like the fact that they gave you a snap cap. You don't really see that often, so that's kind of cool that they gave you that. And then the gun does come with 2 mags. Now, I've already got one preloaded in the safe, so I'm just showing you guys the one. Obviously, I didn't want to unload the one that I already got loaded up, but it does come with 2 identical mags. Both magazines are 15 rounds. You have some cleaning tools, and then you have your paperwork and stuff just right up here in this little pocket. The case is, I mean, it's pretty decent. It's nice. It's got a foam case, so that's kind of nice too. At least it's hard case, not like Smith where they give you that pizza box. You know what I mean? But let's take a look at the gun itself. We'll take this out of here. And not only is this my first CZ, but it's my very first firearm that's not black. And when I came home with this, I told my wife, I said, hey, I got something new, something different, because she says all of the guns that I buy look the same no matter what it is. So yeah, so very first FDE, and honestly, the reason I haven't picked up any FDE color handguns is just because I'm super picky with how guns look, man. And to be honest with you guys, I always hated how on all FDE guns, the slide and the frame are always like a different tone of FDE, and that always threw me off. But CZ did a really good job in matching the colors between the slide and the frame. At least I really think so. And they did a great job with this in terms of the finish that they used. So going into some of the key features and some of the things that I noticed right away when I got this was the stipple job right here. And it's almost like an upgraded or more aggressive version of kind of what Glock did. But not only did they give us a little bit more of an aggressive grip, they also gave you some stippling and texture up here by your finger rest area or memory pad, whatever you guys like to call it. And the slide serrations, you've got front and rear slide serrations. You've got a 3-dot system, metal night sights. So just, I mean, right out of the box, you already have more features and more functions than a Glock. As far as the manual controls go, the buttons here on the sides to remove the slide are identical to Glock, and they do extend just a little bit more, so I can see that they tried to better Glock in that perspective. The controls are a little bit bigger and easier to function with. The mag release button is nice. It's also got some texturing on there. It's got a little bit of texturing in front of the trigger guard. It's also got a 1-slot Picatinny rail, so you can mount whatever light you'd like on this. You do get, like I said before, 3 backstrap options in total. No beaver tail here though, which was kind of weird to see. And I don't know, doesn't look like the other backstraps offer a beaver tail. So nevertheless, they did a great job of getting nice and deep just right here. So when you get your hand under there, it really gets under there. So you don't get any of that slide bite. As you guys can see, it's pretty clear there, a big gap. And I really like the way that it feels in hand. Now that the grip on here, the texture, it looks minimalistic. It looks like a budget stipple job, but it feels really good. The index or the memory pads here could be a little more aggressive, but I can really appreciate what they did there. At least they gave you that option, so that's really nice. Now, one of the best things on this gun is the trigger. Let me show you guys what that looks like. But first and foremost, let's go ahead, we'll clear that so you guys can see we are clear. So here is the take up. Take up is not very long at all. You do get to a nice definitive wall, so you know where you're at. And the pull is, it's like a, it's not, I don't even want to say crisp, but it's so smooth, but at the same time requires just a little bit of force. So it's not like an accidental pull. You get, again, firm wall, really nice smooth break, and I really like the way that that feels. Taking a look at the reset here, it is short, audible, crisp, really nice trigger on the CZ. Now, when I went out to the range and tried this out, unfortunately, I did run into quite a bit of malfunctions. I hate to report that, but I did. Now, looking at some Reddit posts or reviews or whatever on this, I did find that a lot of people ran into the same issue, but they said it's just a break-in process. Now, I personally have only run about 150 rounds through this, and the first maybe 5 magazines that I ran, I had issues back to back. I was running 124 and 115 Blazer, and that's kind of what I use every time I hit the range. So I try to stay consistent with that. So if there's any malfunctions with any new gun I'm testing out, I can determine if it's the ammo or not. So I like to be consistent with the ammo that I'm shooting, and 115 and 124. I was actually getting more malfunctions with 115 than 124, but again, could be the break-in process. So yeah, now I'll have to go back out there and keep running it to see what the issue is. Now, another thing I did notice is when I put my home defense rounds in here, I put in federal HSTs, and it would not cycle those for some weird reason. And then I put Hornady critical defense, and those cycled perfectly fine. So for home defense, I am running critical defense versus federal HST. For some weird reason, it just preferred Hornady, but again, it could have been because of the break-in process. Overall, I'm extremely happy with this. This is an optics ready version, as you guys can see, so it does go for a little bit more expensive. I paid $450 for this gun here in FDE with the optics ready, but man, when I posted I put up some information for you guys that PSA had a deal on this. It's going for $370 in the same exact gun, FDE optics ready for $370. And literally when I put that up, man, I had bought this 2 hours before I found out about that deal. So it sucks, but you know what? I'm glad that this is very inexpensive and affordable, because $450 for this gun is totally worth it. I'm really enjoying it so far. I am looking to put a dot. I know you guys seen that I had the O-Sight X on there, and that was for some testing and reviews, but I did take it off because I got a couple of more coming in that I'm going to be testing and checking out, and I think the CZ is just a great gun to do that with. Now, I almost forgot while I was talking about the optics, the fact that it's optic cut. The one thing I do hate is that you have to run adapter plates on this no matter what. The only optic that direct mounts to this is the Holosun SCS, I believe it is, and very, very similar to Glock. The MOS footprint is just not many optics out there that will directly mount on a Glock slide, and unfortunately it's the same with this CZP10C. So you almost always have to have an adapter plate, and that is one of the things I wish that they changed. But again, this has been out for quite a while, so I'm sure with all the stuff that they're coming out with and moving forward, they will be modernizing that feature, and hopefully they get to the point where, all manufacturers get to the point where they use the VIS system or something similar, like what Springfield Echelon did, where you could kind of switch up the footprint without needing an adapter plate. One other thing that I did notice that to me was a little weird was when you insert the magazine in there, it makes like a weird click noise. Let me show you guys if I can capture that on camera. Well, that didn't do it that time. I don't know if you guys heard that. It's like a double click almost. You guys hear that? Like it pushes and then it bounces back. I don't know, and this is the only gun that I have that does that. So you guys let me know if that's something normal from CZ or if it's just weird. But both mags do that, whether they're full or empty, they do that noise. So let me know in the comments. Like I said, this is my first CZ, so I'd love to hear some of your guys' opinions from you guys that have more experience with CZ and have maybe ran them for a while. If you guys have been following me, again, I really wanted to buy the Shadow 2 Carry, but you guys know that's like a $1,300-$1,400 gun, and I just wasn't willing to make that big of an investment with a company that I've never tried anything with. So I ended up getting this, and I'm really enjoying it, really making me trust and like CZ quite a bit. This, in my opinion, is the best Glock clone that's not a Glock clone. And it's just a great Glock alternative. It's got everything that Glock has, but better. Night sights, metal sights. It's got stippling, better stippling, a better trigger. Same capacity, pretty similar, almost identical in size, and also very reliable from what I've heard. So you can't really go wrong with this. Not to mention the price point is fantastic. So check out the CZP10C if you haven't already. So far, I'm loving it, and I will continue to post some more videos on this. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and if there's any gun you'd like me to compare this to in the future. But as always, God bless you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.